I usually start these paintings with an idea. I usually work from another painting, an old painting that I did a while ago. Acrylic. I'll show you my palette. There's a couple of rogue hairs just sticking out a bit there. Just chop them off with scissors. I'll show you my palette. I'll try not to forget to zoom up again. I've got cadmium yellow, medium, lemon yellow, white of course, cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt umber, black and viridian, with the exception of the cadmium yellow and the white. The rest are cheap store's own brand. Let's just straighten up. Okay, back to the easel. I get the cheap ones from Wilko's in the UK. They're about £2 a pot for a 200 millilitre tube. It's a very good way to buy it, but you can't. I've got some yellow ochre. I'll probably use that as well. This is artist quality. It's Galleria, Winsor and Newton. I can't get the cheap version of that, so I'll just put something out. Okay, this is going to be just another saltmarsh bosom, where we've been on holiday many times near Chichester. So I've primed a piece of watercolour paper with burnt umber, a good dark neutral mix. So let's start. I'm going to put some summery trees in and some distance. I might even put a bit of sea in. Don't know, but it's just quite a low horizon. Just a bit of water, just to remind me. Being acrylic, whatever you put on, you can change pretty quick. So I'm going to put in some trees first. When you do this, cover your knees. If you don't, you'll get paint on your clean jeans and get told off. Be warned. Plenty of water. This is Saturday. No, I didn't do any Saturday, did I? Friday's water. It's still dirty from the one I did then. Okay, so let's put in some bit of red, a bit of cad yellow, not cad yellow. Just a bit of black, bit of lemon yellow, that's what I was trying to think of. So I'll just put in some some warm colours in there. Don't worry about covering up the background. That's the whole purpose of it. So we don't, fairly flat landscape. Bit of this and a bit of that. Whatever you put on, you're going to change, so don't worry too much about any accuracy at this stage. Put in some bit of blue, bit of white, and the grey colours on the brush. So that's just a bit dark on that, a bit. Bit of head down there. Just a simple abstracty sort of painting. Brush in the water, another brush. You need several brushes. I've got three of these Pro Art varnish brushes. I'll work out a sky once I've got the tree shapes in. So let's go. Blue. Just mixing some colours for. I've done this one several times, watercolour and acrylic, but because they all turn out differently. Black is a great colour, although you can't see it with the tone of the burnt umber, but it'll come into its own when we put in the sky. So I'll get some bit of light, bit of red in there, bit of warm. I think the thing is just have fun with your paints really. Swap it on. Build up a texture because that will come in handy later on. As the paint dries you can just create marks. It becomes an underpainting, but before that it puts a bit of texture on your paper. You can always prime it with a bit of gouache, with some texture. I can't think what it's called now. Age. Gesso. Gesso, yeah, began with G. Okay. I'm just doing a bit of cheating here, just showing a bit of the bottom painting. So all the painting I've done over the last 2 or 3 years are on Facebook, plus a few that I did years before that, some Venice paintings. I think I keep a good record of those, sadly. Okay. A bit more dark, a bit of umber, a bit of blue, a bit of red. Bit of some shadow in. Warm darks. Blue and burnt umber was a good substitute for black. But black is a wonderful colour. Just put the same colour as the ground, didn't I? Okay, so we'll put in a. I don't like blue skies. I think they look a bit obvious. So a bit of umber in the sky, a little bit of ochre. Oh, let's just put it in. Just say, don't worry about aiming for a finish so early on in the painting. Just get the texture on. Just build it up. That's the joy of acrylic, you can work fast. You need 4 or 5 times as much white as any other colour. Let's get that. Didn't really see Fake or Filtering last night, where they found that, I suppose, an accredited Gauguin, still life for flowers, for the bowl and peaches, was in fact not a fake. It wasn't by Gauguin. It was of his painting, but it was by one of his mates. All very, very simple. We'll put some greys in there in a minute, over that. So grey, blue and brown and a lot of whites. These will be the bit of clouds. They look a bit blue, and I don't want the blue, but I just want the grey mixed from ultramarine and burnt umber better. Do modelling afterwards. There we go. I had a real struggle this morning to try to arrange all this. I was hoping to use my boom, but I couldn't find a position for the tripod that made the board and the paint without being in the middle of the room, away from my pot of water and my colours. So I've gone back to the camera behind my right shoulder, which is okay. I'm used to that, but I was getting used to the boom for the watercolours, but I'm afraid this is a bit of a compromise. Get that down there. I've got another tree in there. Right, okay. So you can get really good dark with the ultramarine and burnt umber. Oh. So I like it on the blue side. The darks make the lights look lighter, but we've got not enough light, well we haven't got enough light in the sky yet. Just making this, just want to get these shadow clouds in. Now, when you do acrylic or oil, put out more than you're going to use. It's what you leave behind that's important. If you've used all the paint that there is that you set out, you could have used more. You know what I mean? You haven't used enough paint in the painting. You've been stingy with it. But you don't need to be stingy when you're working with big tubes of acrylic costing less than $3 a tube. Well, I don't know whether you can, I'm sure you can get cheap acrylics in America. Michael's, is it? Michael's? It's a chain store we used to go to. We're in Florida. You're watching this and you've suffered from the storms in Florida. We've got family all around Tampa, but apparently the storm has missed. Well, it hasn't missed Tampa, it's gone over. But there's that big storm surge they're expecting that from that where the hurricane sucks out the water from the bay. Now, we've got family a quarter of a mile from the bay, about 10 feet above sea level. Not good. Well, my cousin was in the school overnight from St. Pinellas. Alright, there's more dark cloud in there, blue and brown. Come to a stormy sky to see how it pans out. Seagover is a great sky painter. They have some really dark, but not overdone. But I'm sure he mixed. Look, and then you can have some real fun with that. We'll go back to the trees in a minute. The foreground, just let it dry off a bit. Just get the texture going on that. Light breaking through. Right, now the brush. Let's put a bit of foreground. So, load of ochre, a bit of umber, load of white. Pile it on. I'm going to put darks back in this. Coming up here. A bit of shadow under there. Remember, this is just a blocking in. This is not a finished painting. Well, no, it doesn't look finished, but nothing about this is in its final stage. This is just the laying in of the initial colours. Might change that to dark there, or lighter for the water to reflect that sky. that. Now maybe I can change the colour of that water. I only put it there just a reminder that I was going to put sea there. Okay, let's go into some more yellowy stuff now. Warmer colours. With grasses. Put wildflowers in this at the end. Poppies and stuff. They go down well. Mixing quite a bit of red in this now. Sorry, that's mush getting in the way. I'm not masking you. We'll do some more tree stuff in a minute. Let's get that in. Shadow here. A bit of cajun and a bit of red. Nice warm. Right, just clean the brush. Pick up another brush. So I flipped between these three 1-inch brushes. I've got another 3 new ones that I've had for about a year now, but these haven't worn out yet. They do get better with use. Right, get some nice greens. Now there I've got a sort of mid-tone, which is so I can go with a really dark green in there over that. But let's just put some paint on. That needs more paint on it. It's texture. So get texture in. All the time I'm building up an impasto on the surface with the brush work going different ways to make a key for future colour. Okay, now let's put a bit more in there. But I'm going to mix a bit of black in that with that yellow, red, yellow, red, black. My favourite colour with oil is burnt sienna, and mixed with black you get a wonderful green. I say cadmium, burnt sienna and ultramarine are fabulous mixes. Blue and yellow, black and yellow are wonderful mixes. Rich dark greens. Put some sky holes back. Right, now let's get some of that greeny colour in here. Just jab. I'll pull this hair out. One more green, so black and cad yellow. See, this is all drying now. So you can see what we're doing. We're creating texture. Right, now I'm going to do some red and blue, but with that black on the brush to give me a bit of shadow in here. So the sun will be coming from here. I can't remember where the sun's set here, but that would probably be the west, going towards Portsmouth. And then we'll just get a bit of dark in here. Dragging over it, more yellow I think. Good brighter greens. So I didn't like that initial white there, so I'm just going over it. Turn the brush over. But I need some darks in this area because I want to put poppies in. And they will complement the greens, the reds. There's a bit of white in there. So a bit of a grey green. Cool. Right, let's pull away from there. I think we can do a bit of work on the sky now. I'll show you my palette. There we are, look, getting nicely messed up now. I've got a piece of furniture board, plywood or laminate, wood laminate, that I suspend. I've got a little table under this table, and I use that to put my palette on. That was the problem I had. Where do I put my acrylic? I don't really like to hold it in my hand. That way it ends up everywhere. I was just looking for some other brushes. One. Yeah, that'll do. Look how worn they are. Yeah, it's not what brushes you use really. It's what you do with what you've got. Here's the thing. These are worn out, especially that one. Look, I don't think any hairs left in that. But they're good for texturing and doing lovely things with. Right, let's clean that brush. Hope you've had a good weekend. Oh yeah, going back to the hurricanes. So it seems to have passed over Tampa, but they're waiting for a big storm surge, and that would devastate Tampa because it's so low lying. I had several holidays there in Pinellas, sticking out into Tampa Bay, fishing. Lovely old fishing. Right, let's do a bit of light grey now. Stormy sky. Just going over the high spots for this. Letting the stuff underneath shine through. I can go back with lovely light cloud colour. Not cloud colour, the white of the clouds. That nice bit lighter there. It's breaking through the light cloud cover. If I do this in two parts, I'll put the second part on Patreon and you'll have to pay to see it. I do a lot on Patreon now. And for a few pennies you can see all the videos that I post for a month. Less than a quarter of a cup of coffee a week, there you go. You can see 40, 50 videos. It helps me to pay for the materials that I use. Don't make your clouds white. They've always got a bit of colour. They might look white. drag over that. So if you haven't watched me before, Patreon is a channel, I don't know how long it's been going, that enables you to make a small contribution to what you're getting for free. I can be so bloodthirsty. Alright, okay, now lighter. This clouds, don't make your clouds of lead, make them of silver. Terence used to say that. Now you can see the grain of the paper coming through now. Don't want any lines on the sky. There's a bit of a line going through there. So we'll just change that. Just let that in. A bit more reddy light on the sky, on the skyline. It's good to leave a bit of the ground colour showing through, makes it look much more impressionist. Right, I'm going to do this skyline now. So there's still a lot to do on this. So blue, let's have nice blue, bit of red, that lump of white, sort of a mauvey colour. Just. Okay, I might need to come down with that sky a little bit there. Right, blue. Black. Yeah, blue and black and white make lovely greys. Not sure whether that is going to be too dark or too light, but on the screen it's looking like brilliant blue, but it's not blue, it's a blue-grey. Okay, let's put in. Try to keep things all lovely and soft. This is blowing in from the sleeves. Just go over it. Just lose it a bit. Do more of that in a minute. Right, I'm going to put a big tree coming off of this bit of land here. So a bit of blue in that mix. Quite a bit of blue. Quite a bit of yellow as well. A bit of white. When it dries, you can scumble over it or drag over it and create your light effects. Some light on there against that bluey grey. Then we'll have the nice dark green. I'll put another tree in the distant tree behind that. I'll connect that up a little bit, get the dark in there. That's a gorgeous green. I hope this shows up on the video because it is just lovely, lovely deep green. And then when we put the poppies and stuff around and bits of red, well, I hope it'll sing. Oh, it's raining. Okay, let's scrape up the palette greys. Sorry if I'm masking you. Well, I think you're okay. Right, getting behind that now. Right, so that bluey grey colour, blue, touch of black, a bit of white, more black in that I think, a bit of red, a bit of white. I don't want my trees to be blue, but I want them sort of distant. So that sort of continues behind that clump of bushes. Right, get away from that now. Go back into the foreground. So it's all about finishing now. We've got something going on there. Oh, well, before I do, let's just mix up that in lovely green again. And just put some of it on here. It's just too much of that light there. Looking a bit obvious. Right, okay. You could tell, by looking, that this is one of my favourite brushes. Because it's so battered and worn out, it's years old, but it does nice things. Let's get some bright in there. It's good to hold your brush sort of up like that. You can just drag a bit of red on there, make some bit of pinky orange. Good like that. The tops of the grasses. Lost and found, and we'll have some of that coming up here. But your paint underneath needs to be quite dry for that to be effective. Just go over that a little bit, just a little bit obvious. Not so sure about that. Catching a bit of light from somewhere. Okay. If you're using oil, at least use one of your white as a Griffin, a Winsor & Newton, or the Dale Rowney version, with alkyd resin, an alkyd resin paint that will mix with everything and help dry everything. I used to use it a lot, but because I used some of this fluid for cleaning the brushes, it really affected my chest in the end, and so I stopped doing oil. So I used to use paraffin or kerosene to clean my brushes, keeps them lovely and soft, but at a price of your health. Because I used to hold a rag, and I used to use one brush to do every colour. Just like dip it in the paraffin, kerosene, dry it on my rag, clean the brush, and I'd be breathing in all these fumes. And I did a lot of oil painting in the end of the 90s, right the way through to about, since I went back to watercolours. When I started YouTube, which was when? End of January 2013. But I then switched to acrylic, and I really like acrylic. But for one thing, it dries quickly, and you can crack on with it. And it's great. It's so versatile. It sticks to more or less anything, provided it's prime. If you want to paint on glass, you've got to make sure it's stick on the glass, and I think that you can buy primers that would do that. Right, I want to just get that a little bit toned down there, so I'm going to put a bit of a sky colour just straight over that. Just mute it a little bit. Oh, it's pouring there now. Soften that top. Oh yeah, going back to the Gauguin that was discovered to have been really painted by one of his mates. It wasn't it was a copy, but it wasn't a fraud as such. It was one of his pals. But there was another Gauguin who was a sketch that had been torn out of a larger sketch that was the the drawing of the Tahitian lady that he painted, which became what, the biggest seller of painting of all. I think it sold for $300 million. Not a dosh, eh? Okay, so I'm bluing that out a little bit. It's dark in there. Right, we can go with put more light back in there. How's that looking? Yeah, see, that's all it's all going back into the paper now. With no hard edges. I am working from something here, but I'm not going to show you. But I can promise you I'm not, well, I'll say anyway. The little tablet is playing up now, it's getting old. I mean. Oh, it doesn't matter, I'm not working from it, it's just a guide. I like to work from something, but my own work, I hasten to add. Reduce that a little bit. I can put some little rigger strokes up in there, but I want some nice bright green. Just to show a little bit of light on the summer leaves. What I do when I finish these is to give them, when they're dry, like in half an hour or so, is to give them a coat of PVA glue diluted. I keep mine in a bottle here. Just use it as a varnish. It's it's a lovely shine. I'll show you one. I did this morning. Not a painting I did this morning. Here with me. I'll show you. This landscape, or Watergate Bay, that I did. I have to zoom out. That I did about a year ago. Let's zoom out. I took it out, it was in a frame, it was on a big frame, but if you probably can't see the shine on it, it's got a nice shine. The effect of varnish on these colours, the umbers and the dark colours, they dry in and they go matte. But when you put some varnish on, it lifts the colour. So bear that in mind, and that dries in no time. That as well. Right, I'm going to have to sort out some of this foreground. Now I'll turn this off because I'm watching it. I might even put some figures in there, but I want bits of light now in the foreground. I'll add a bit of yellow ochre and a bit of red, plenty of white. I will just get some nice bits catching the light. Yeah. The light's breaking through there. Just softening. Do that with green, really. Got to get a better shape there. I'll put a bit of yellow in there. Lots of colour. Don't want any hard colours, but I do want some nice greens. Alright, let's get some lemon yellow, bit of viridian, bit of white. We can get a real sort of luminous texture with that. I forgot that was on the palette, so I might as well use it. Use a bit of ochre. This viridian mixes very well with yellow ochre. Never used, well, you can use it how you like. I've never used viridian on its own, but I did remember watching some fabulous paintings, watercolours by Szabo, American painter, and he seemed to use it in some of his tropical type landscapes to great effect. The viridian and white, well, viridian and the white of the watercolour paper. Just bits of grass. Across here. I'm going to put a bit of that sky colour on the top of that. To the top of the tree. So we want the grey, nice grey, coming across, shining through the edge of the leaves, clumps of leaves. Here. That blue there doesn't really show anymore, so I'm going to reinstate it. A bit of black and a bit of ultramarine. Colour behind there. Now, I said I was going to change the shape of that, so I'm going to do that right now. Alright, let's just put a bit here. A bit better, well, let that dry, and we'll do the finer stuff now. What's the sky like in that? Yeah, it's looking alright. Some shadow now, some blue, red and white. Put a bit of black in there as well. just shadow colour. Don't want to take all that light out. Just drag over that light, just tone some of those darks down a little bit, grey them. Right, okay. And the fun begins. Well, you've got greens, bung in some poppies. There were poppies, that's why I painted it. I took the photograph of this because they're wildflowers, but I've been there for a couple of years. We tow our camping trailer down there for some pinky ones. But I sold the trailer a couple of years ago because it was getting too difficult for me to put up. My wrists are not very good these days. Falling apart. Right, put a bit of blue in that red. And some slightly darker ones in here. Don't be frightened of overdoing it. Right, now we'll have some whites. So we're going to do a bit more in there and a bit in the tree. But I just want to get these lovely wild flowers, in blue ones, wild flowers. I know it's all a bit sort of naff doing this, but what's a wild flower between friends, eh? See the lovely brush? Oh. Now we'll have some white. Spray brush. Don't want to lose too much over the back there. The foreground things really. There you go. Bit of a regiment there, you have to be careful of that. Right, let's get some nice light ochres now, just on that horizon. Just catching a little bit of the light from those clouds. A bit of green. Just a melange of colours there. White and black, yellow, red. Just get a little bit of dragged colour over that. Just good rigor. bit of whitey stuff. Do a little bit of black, I think. Just a little bit of silhouette. Clean your brushes, make sure you don't leave any paint on them. Okay, zoom in, sorry. There, that's the problem, isn't it? I'll put this in the mount in a minute. Just wonder if we can put a couple of figure in against there. I'll do that in red, I think. A red figure with blue jeans. Oh. Bluish jeans. There's nowhere to put my finger. Oh. Just lose it there. Touch of white. Or slightly off white. Shaky here. Oh, it just about shows up. Another one there. Touch of off-white. Okay, that'll do. Right, put it in the mount. So, YouTubers, you've got part 1 and 2. No, that one. So a quick saltmarsh. The bottom, near bottom, looking towards Hayling Island, is it? The Hayling Island, next one along. So there we are. It's just very abstract, really. I'll just pin that down with a bit of tape, I think. On the side. Alright, zoom in a little bit. So there we are, we've got a coastal scene of West Sussex, near Bosham, looking towards one of the islands. It's probably a bit too high there, but I'm not going to change it. There's nothing, I'll put a few obvious branches. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. Have fun with your paints. You can see how much I'm throwing away. Hey, look at that. That's all going in the bin. Sorry about the airing. Clothes for horse. Okay, right, see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.